Mr. or Miss Client, if I needed a reference, would you be kind enough to provide one, please? Sure, no problem whatsoever. And that's exactly what most of your happy clients are going to say. No problem whatsoever. And the testimonial never arrives. Has that ever happened to you? Sure. To learn more about the 5-step process and how to secure guaranteed, profitable testimonials, just watch this short video. And welcome to the Sharper Business channel. Before we get into the 5 steps on how to secure great testimonials, let's have a look at the importance of them with a simple question. How does a potential client of yours know that you're great at what you do? You can tell them, or others can tell them. And which do you think carries the greatest weight? And on your personal brand, or indeed your company brand, it's not what you think it is. It's what others believe it to be. You see, people are influenced by what others say about you. And in Google's recent Zero Moment of Truth report have confirmed that 88% of buyers are positively influenced by what they see in testimonials. You see, it's an accepted fact that buyers make decisions based on emotion backed up with logic, and testimonials serve both of those factors in equal measure, emotion and logic. Now, when is the right time to look for a testimonial? For certain there is a right time, and it is not years after the event. It's when the client feels good about the product or service they've just invested in. And that's usually in the early stages, because the reality is that the feel-good factor will dissipate in time. So when you're in touch with your client, soon after you've transferred the product or service to them and they feel good about it, that's the right time to start asking for a testimonial. It's also a good idea when closing the deal to say to a prospect, as it would have been then, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, in time you will begin to enjoy the fruits of the product or service that I'm promising you here today. And when that day arrives, would you be kind enough to give me a reference or a testimonial? I'd be very grateful for it. And now the question is, why, when these prospects and clients promise to give you a testimonial, that they don't, when you know they genuinely, honestly want and plan to give it to you? Why would they not do it? Because they're either too busy, far too many things on their mind, or they just don't know what to say. So it's important that you accept some responsibility for this and start to help them in dealing with it. So let's now have a look at the 5 steps on how to secure profitable testimonials. Tell me, Mr. Client or Miss Client, I need your help. If I needed a reference from you, would you be kind enough to provide one, please? Of course, no problem. Would I be really grateful? Thank you very much. I'm much obliged. Tell me, as a matter of interest, what is the one good thing you would say about my product or service? Now, when you ask that question, wait for the answer. Allow them time to think. You'll frequently find that they give themselves time to think. They say something witty or funny. Just accept that and wait for the one good thing that they enjoy about your product or service. And write it down word for word. Not what they might have said or what you believe they meant or what they could have said. Write down word for word what they said. It's critical because this is going to be the basis for a genuine and authentic testimonial. Mr. Client, Miss Client, I'm grateful for that. I appreciate those words very much. Tell me, if you were pushed, what would be the second thing you would say? And again, wait and write it down. And tell me, Mr. Client, Miss Client, did the product or service meet or exceed your expectations? And can you recall, what have you enjoyed mostly about this product or service? And finally, last question, can you recall what reservations or hesitation did you have before investing in the product or service? And again, write down their actual answer. And you've now got the basis for a good testimonial. Mr. Client or Miss Client, look, rather than asking you to draw up a testimonial, how would you feel if I actually drew it up for you and sent you a copy in the mail? He said, that's fine. I've never found a client yet who said no thank you for me to do a spot of work. So put your testimonial together and send it to them with a note along the lines of, thank you very much for this testimonial. I'm very grateful. If you've got anything further you'd like to change or add to it, please let me know. In the meantime, thank you very much. And you've now got a rock solid testimonial. And the exciting thing about this testimonial is that you've also got the basis for a video testimonial. But don't confuse the two. Just secure one at a time. And don't ask for a video testimonial until you've secured the written one, because it is a much easier option. Because having got the written testimonial, it is so much easier to come back to that same client and say, thank you very much for that written testimonial, which I'm very grateful for. And I've noticed in it you said 3 or 4 good things about the product or service. Would you be good enough if I asked you those same 4 questions in a video? Would you be kind enough to answer them just like you did for me in the written testimonial? And they go, yes. And now you've got a written testimonial and a video testimonial that is rock solid and will be very valuable to you. In this video, you've learned that to secure first-class testimonials, you're going to have to help your client or your customer. And to learn more about how to grow your business, just stay tuned to this channel. In the meantime, give us a like. Let us have your thoughts and comments below. To join our community, just hit the subscribe button to be notified of future videos on this sharper business channel. And thank you for viewing.